So I have some exceedingly exciting news. I have completed my Goodreads challenge. For those of you who don't know what Goodreads is, A, shame on you. Get off Facebook, get on Goodreads. B, Goodreads is this awesome site. Like, I describe it as like Facebook, but with actual books. So it's basically like a computerized bookshelf, except without the actual books. What I really like about it is that I can keep track of books that I want to read, that I am reading, and then that way kind of sort out what I have, what I don't have, and what I want to get. And it's opened my eyes to a lot of books that I didn't find otherwise. And what they do every year is they let you set a goal for yourself. How many books do you want to read this year? And it'll tell you this little, like with a progress bar, like, hey, you are, 2 books ahead, keep going. And then when I got to like 2 books away from my goal, they were like, you're so close, oh my god. And it's like a little pep talk, and you're like, yeah, I am close, look at me go. And it's great. For me, it's how many pages you read a year that kind of should be your goal, because you can read really short books and read them really fast. Like, there's a lot of books that are like 100 pages long, and like rip right through them, and it's like, oh, I just read 20 books in a weekend, cool. It does a page count, and I'm like consistently throwing a fit because I'm like, I'm only 15,000 pages into my reading goal, and last year I read like 25,000 or something, and it's halfway through the year. How am I going to catch up? And people have been like, all right, calm down, like, you're reading, like, don't make it into a game. But for me, it's like, I'm such a lazy shit that I would rather read than do anything else that might be productive. And I'm a very productive person because I guilt myself into it. I'm like, well, you could be reading, which would be great and fun and all, but, you could also maybe do that huge to-do list that you have going on, like, apply to grad school, or, hey, maybe find a job. I can just read. For me, Goodreads and the Goodreads challenge is great because then I can do what's fun and make it feel productive. And that's super nerdy, I know, but you know what? I get bummed out when I'm behind on my Goodreads goal, but it doesn't stress me out. It just gives me more fuel to keep going. What's great about reaching my Goodreads goal for the year, which was 45, I lowballed it. But what's great now is that I've finished my book goal, so now I have this like freedom that I've always had, but now I'm like super aware of it, to read really long books and not be like, oh, I'm falling behind in my goal. For the record, I'm 17 books ahead of schedule, says Goodreads, so I don't really need the freedom to read longer books, but I just, for some reason, I was reading long books too, it's just, now I feel like I have extra freedom. Don't try to analyze it, just go with it. So, I'm going to show you the list of huge books that I have on my shelves that are going to up my page count. I'm going to feel like I can read because I have the time to. What the hell? And C, I'm going to feel awesome about doing, because there is nothing better in this world than a huge book that you slap down on the table, you open it up, and you look over at the guy who's like, damn, that's a big book, and you're like, fuck yeah, it is, man. That's a big book. So, here we go. And I put the page numbers on it for you all. And they're backwards, because I can't do cameras. The Wise Man Fear, the second book in the Kingkiller Chronicles by Patrick Rothfuss. 1,107 pages. I will read this soon. It's nice and compact and smells good. This one is also quite chunky. 750 pages. It's about the Titanic. That's all I remember. It's got a nice font. This one, 947 pages, is called Sacred Games. It's set in India. It's not that I don't remember what the books are about, it's just I have so many of them that I don't know exactly what they're about, and I like to be surprised. We'll just go with that. 846 page Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell, which I've been told that I need to read with somebody else, page by page. This one's got footnotes, which excites me because I think that footnotes are... Oh, there's a picture! Oh. Then, 856 pages, The Beatles by Bob Spitz. Spitz. 803 pages, but a very tall book. We have the complete Hans Christian Andersen fairy tales. Then, last but not least, we have this monster. A 1,030 page giant of a book that I picked up at Powell's Bookstore, City of Books, in Oregon, knowing virtually nothing about the book. Not really sure if I wanted to read it, but I saw it. It was $10, and I was like, it's huge. I want it. I want it. I want it. I mean, come on. If I sat down next to you and I was like, hey, I'm going to read 1,000 pages right here, you'd be like, wow, I'm so impressed. You must be a fantastic reader. Yes, I am a fast reader. No, I still have not finished the third Game of Thrones. I don't want to talk about it.